Hey, this is Winker Reviews, and I'll be doing a video on If Beale Street Could Talk, starring Stephen James and Kiki Lane. Now, this movie is about a woman who is pregnant, and while she's pregnant, she has to scramble enough information to prove that her husband, not her husband, but the father of her child, is innocent of rape. He was falsely accused of rape by a crooked cop and a scared woman. Now, going into this movie, I knew exactly what I was going to get into. I honestly really hate movies where black people don't have a good ending. And anyone who knows anything about history or what's going on in the real world, whatever I say is not going to be a spoiler, although I'm not going to give away the actual ending. But I will say that so it won't so me not liking the ending won't affect my rating of the movie. Now, the first thing that I noticed about this movie that I really loved was the fact that the couple is played by two dark-skinned, attractive actors. Like they're young, attractive, and dark-skinned, and their relationship isn't dysfunctional. Like the circumstances surrounding their life because of racism and white supremacy, that's that's the reality of a lot of black people's situation. But the actual relationship between them is not dysfunctional, and that is so rare to see. That's very rare for me to see. Like it's usually a dark-skinned black act, a black male actor alongside a light-skinned or racially ambiguous woman. Like he's always paired up with someone who's not an actual black woman. But in this movie, not only is the dark-skinned actress, like she's very pretty and very young. I don't know how old she is, but I've never really seen her in any other movies, but she seems to be an up and coming actress who's just getting her weight up. And she's very pretty, very young, and she's dark skinned, and that's very hard to find in mainstream media. Because usually dark skinned women are, much older, or if they are younger, they're playing dysfunctional roles or with negative stereotypes. But in this movie, she is like literally the softest, very soft spoken, very polite, very like even when she's upset, like she's so ladylike and dainty and soft, and I don't know how to explain it, but she is a great role model. Like she's not a negative stereotype at all, and I really appreciate that, and I wish black women, especially dark-skinned black women, had more representation like that. And as for Stephen James, who plays Alonzo, who is falsely accused of the rape, he's also very attractive. He's not a negative stereotype himself. He's not like a criminal. He's not, abusive or like he's like pretty much the male version of Kiki's character. Like they're just a really great couple, and it really showcases black love in a positive light. And I really, really appreciated that, despite what the actual movie was about. Now, and the acting was really great. Everyone in this movie is talented. It has a little bit of humor here and there, but without crossing the line into comedy. And there's always humor and tragedy. Also, the actual movie is great. It doesn't have as much suspense as I thought. Yeah, the acting is great. As for the movie itself, there were times in the movie where the scenes would move very slowly, like the romantic scenes, and I know they wanted to really focus on the romance between them and how much they cared about each other. But there was like one scene, it was a love scene, and it moved very, very slowly. And that's just a small problem that I had. Like, I got why they wanted to move the scene very slowly and just have like scenes that would stand still a little bit, if that makes sense. But there were times where it did drag just a little bit. I just wish it was like the pacing was a little bit up to speed. And that's probably the only problem that I had with this movie, besides the ending, which I knew right away before even watching the movie. But yeah, that's the only main problem that I have. But I also liked the fact that this movie, because the woman that falsely accuses him is a Mexican, and I'm actually really happy that this movie didn't have like a fake coalition between black and brown. Like, no, like like it showcased that these immigrants can be just as dangerous as the white supremacists. And yeah, that's all I'll give away because it's kind of a spoiler. But I did like the fact that it was basically black versus everybody else, which is the reality. So overall, I would give this a 6 out of 10 or 6.5 out of 10.